could join me on your mat today. My name's Melissa, and our sequence today is going to take us back to the basics with our Vinyasa, a gentle warrior flow, and then a nice kind of reset settling in our Shavasana. So if you would like to grab a cozy blanket or a pillow, any blocks that you use in your practice, feel free to do that now. And we're gonna make our way into easy pose. I'm sitting on a blanket. It adds a little bit more cushion underneath my seat. It just allows me to find a little bit more comfort. I'm gonna pull the skin away from my seat bones. Start to settle into your practice today, coming into your body, and then as we settle into this stillness, lips are closed, allowing there to be a space in between your teeth, which lets the jaw relax and release any tension you might be holding on to. Move on up to your eyes. Allow the skin around your eyes to soften. And then softening your eyebrows and your forehead. Feeling that softness begin to come into your face. And then maybe once that softness has come into your face, allow it to travel down into your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your midsection, your hips, thighs, calves, and feet. Also allowing that softness to come into your arms, hands, and fingers. And then bring your attention to your breath, letting it move at its natural pace. If you notice that your mind starts to become active, just bring your awareness back to your breath. We're going to bring one hand to your heart, placing the other hand on top of that hand, bringing your awareness into your heart center. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales, feeling that rising and falling in your chest. And maybe if it's part of your practice, you set an intention for today. Whether that intention be to keep your awareness with your breath, or allow yourself to release and let go of anything outside of this room or this space. gently release your hands, allowing them to fall on your thighs or knees. And we're going to begin to find some movement in our neck. Your eyes can flutter open or stay closed, whichever you find more comfortable. We're going to sink our chin to our chest. Being aware of those shoulders, sending them down towards the floor, away from our ears. And then rolling over to that left shoulder, opening up the right side of the neck. And then letting that chin drop to your chest, holding here for our breath. And then coming over to that right shoulder. And then dropping that chin to chest for a breath here. And we're just going to tick-tock back and forth. So rolling over to the left, holding for a breath. Coming back to center, holding for a breath. And then coming to that right side. And I'll allow you to go at your own pace, linking this movement to your own breath. Let's do one more here. And then we're going to meet in the middle, our chin touching our chest. And then on your next inhale, allow your head to rise back where we started. And we're going to plant that left hand down onto the ground, bringing up that right arm as we open up the right side of the body. Feeling that open space. And then inhale, plant that right hand down, bringing that left hand up and over. And then we're going to do this 2 more times, just going at your own pace, linking that movement to your breath. Maybe you walk that planted hand down, going a little bit deeper if that feels good to your body. Always listening, noticing the sensations that are coming up, and honoring that in your own body. Let's do it last time here. Come back to center. Let's bring our hands onto our knees, and we're going to do some barrel rolls here. So allowing our chest to come towards the front of our thighs. Feeling that movement in our seat bones. And these can be nice and slow. Or if you're feeling a little bit more energetic, you can pick up that pace. Allowing yourself to close your eyes here, if that is comfortable for you. And then when you find yourself in the middle where you started, switching the direction of that circle. gonna do 2 more here. Last one. Ooh, let's come back to center. Hold here for a breath. We're gonna bring our palms together, placing them right there at the sternum. Keeping that left hand, we're gonna send that right hand up to the sky. We're gonna find a twist, so allowing that right hand to come back behind. This front palm can lay flat on your chest if that's more comfortable, or it can kind of face the front of the room. And then inhale, kind of drawing a half circle, bringing that right hand to meet the left. And then let's find that on the left side. Inhale as the left hand goes up, exhale as we twist back. And then drawing that half circle, coming back. Let's do it one more time on both sides. Coming back to center, taking a few rounds of breath here. Let's bring some awareness into our fingers, starting to wiggle those fingers. Maybe as we wiggle the fingers, we also make circles with our wrists. Keeping that awareness with your inhales and your exhales, reversing the circle of your wrists. If you want to stop wiggling your fingers, you can make little fists with your hands. And then let's shake those hands out. Breathing here. Maybe taking a nice inhale in and exhaling out the mouth. Let it go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then let's make our way into tabletop, coming onto all fours. Making sure that knees are below hips, wrists are below shoulders, spreading those fingers out wide. Tops of feet are flat on the floor. And we're going to find that cat-cow. So allow that belly to sink towards your mat as your gaze goes out to the front of the room, side of the room, And then curling that back, tucking that chin. And then moving at your own pace with your breath. Eyes can be opened or closed here. One more. Ooh, come back to center. We're going to extend that left leg out, tuck those toes, press into the ball of that left foot. And at any point in your practice, you feel any discomfort in your wrist, knowing that you can always come on to your fists here, which allows for a little bit of release from your wrists. Releasing that left leg, let's extend out that right, tuck those toes, press into the ball of that right foot. Staying with our breath here. Release that right foot. Let's tuck those toes. We're going to find our first down dog here. Plant those hands down, spread those fingers. first down dog, our knees can have a nice generous bend in them. And our feet can be either hip width distance apart, or if it feels better, or playing with this too, you can widen your stance if that feels better in your body. So playing with that foot position and noticing how you feel. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And then we're going to take our gaze up towards the front of our mat, bending those knees, stepping forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Just going to move my blanket here. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is straight, gaze is down. Exhale, release those hands down, planting them down, stepping back into your plank. And if you're in full plank, or you can also have that option of coming onto your knees for plank 2. When you're in full plank here, playing with that pelvis, tucking it slightly, feeling that engagement or that zipping up of your abdomen, and then lowering down it through chaturanga. Noticing if you feel any difference in that, and then zipping up those legs, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat, lifting the chest up and off the mat. Gaze is down. Release. Pressing back into down dog. You can always come into table and then press back into down dog. Or push up through plank. Let's do a couple more rounds of Vinyasa. Lifting our gaze towards the front of the mat. This time, stepping forward with that opposite foot. So maybe paying attention to the foot that you dominantly step forward with. Switching it up. Forward fold here. Allow your head to shake from side to side, front to back. And then inhale all the way up to standing as we rise. Maybe our gaze travels up. Palms come together, drawing that center line down. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And then taking it all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands comes to shins or stays connected to your mat. Exhale, release, plant those hands down, being aware of which foot to step back with. And then when we're in plank here, feeling the difference of slightly tucking that pelvis, zipping up your abdominals, and then lowering down through chaturanga. Activating those legs, pressing the tops of our feet in the mat as we lift our chest. Releasing, pressing back into downward facing dog. Releasing those shoulders, allow them to pull away from your ears, opening up the side of your neck. Send that gaze towards the front of the mat, remembering which foot you stepped forward with last time and choosing that other foot. Coming into that forward fold. And then we're going to come all the way up as we rise and reach our arms. Palms come together, drawing that center line down, stopping at our heart. Taking a few breaths here. Checking in with ourselves, how are we feeling? And then continuing all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins or stay connected to the mat. Exhale, bend those knees, release, step back, coming into plank. Slightly tilting that pelvis down towards the mat, lowering down through to chaturanga. Activating those thighs, pressing those feet in, lifting. Release, finding that downward facing dog. Finding your breath here. Sending our gaze up to the front of our mat, stepping up into that forward fold. Inhale, coming up, root to rise. Palms come together, drawing that line down the center, stopping at our heart. Take some nice deep inhales and exhales here. Bringing your thumbs to your heart, feeling the rhythm of your heartbeat. That vinyasa got our blood flowing, our heart pumping. Maybe we feel a little bit warm now. And then releasing those hands down to our side, we're going to find a warrior one sequence. So hands can make their way onto your hips, staying by your sides. We're going to step that left leg back. Make sure that our foot is at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to press into that right thigh. Hands can stay here. Come straight out in front or rise up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bringing your palms back behind as they lie on your lower back, we're going to find humble warrior. Spine is nice and straight as we allow that front body to come towards that thigh. Inhale back to warrior one, finding your arm position, and then stepping up as you rise. Exhale, hands down, taking a breath here. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale as we lengthen. Exhale, coming into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands down, step it back to your plank. Lowering down through chaturanga. Activating those thighs, lifting that chest. And release, pressing into down dog. Sending our gaze up towards the top of our mat. Let's step through, coming into forward fold. And as you inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands coming down by your side. Let's find that warrior one on that right side. So let's step that right foot back, making sure that back foot is at a 45-degree angle, pressing into that left leg, and then find the arms that works for you. And we're breathing. If you want to add a little balance challenge, you can close your eyes, and something that I do is I visualize my feet really planted firmly into the floor, and that allows my mind to help me find that balance, because closing your eyes can really kind of tilt you off that balance. And then exhale, hands come back behind as they rest on your lower back into humble warrior. Back is nice and flat. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale, back up, warrior one. That right foot's gonna step to meet that left. Palms are gonna come together, drawing that center line down the body. Finding a few rounds of breath here. And we're gonna take our vinyasa. So lowering down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, bend those knees, plant those hands down, finding your plank. Lowering down through to chaturanga. Zipping up those legs, activating them, lifting your chest. Gaze is down, keeping our spine in alignment. Exhale, release, pressing through to down dog. Staying here for a few rounds of breath. And then on your next exhale, release those knees down, finding yourself in tabletop. Taking a breath here. We're going to come down onto our forearms, and we're going to find puppy pose. So we're going to stay here and walk your hands out, because what we want to do is allow our chest to sink down and back. Keeping our seat bones up. And then if you can, allowing that forehead to rest on your mat. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And then inhale up, and then bringing one hand back, so your elbows in alignment with your shoulder, and bringing the other hand back, coming back into tabletop. We're going to take those ankles, cross them, come into a seated pose. If that's not comfortable, please feel free to make your way into a seated pose. We're going to extend those legs out in front of us. Lengthening through the spine, sending our arms either out in front or straight up to the ceiling. Knees can always have a bend in them. They don't need to be perfectly straight. And then as we exhale, we're going to reach for our thighs, calves, or feet. Allowing our head and neck to relax. And you want to keep that chest nice and open and that back nice and flat. So if that means that we're here, great. There is no destination to be all the way here. We are purely listening to our body and honoring what our body needs. And that is the most important thing in yoga. And then release. I'm going to face you. We're going to bring that left leg into that inner right thigh. Maybe you pull the skin away from your seat bones, feeling that connection to your mat. And we're going to inhale our hands up, and then we're going to exhale our hands down to the floor. This right knee can have a slight bend in it. And here again, we want that chest to be nice and open. We don't want to be curving into our body, and you want that back nice and flat. We don't want to be curling in. Ooh, really finding our inhales and our exhales here. And then slowly walk your hands back to center. And then let's switch that leg. So right leg comes in, left leg goes out. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Sending our hands as they reach up or out. And then exhaling, coming down. Bringing your awareness into your jaw and facial muscles. Are you holding tension there? Allow those spaces to soften. And then slowly walk your hands back to center. We're going to bring our knees in together, so feet are planted on the mat. And we're going to find boat pose. So bringing our hands back behind our thighs. We're not gripping here. This is just kind of a nice, gentle embrace. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, opening up through the top part here. And then allowing ourselves to come back at like a 45-degree angle. And if this is your boat, great. Great, we're still working it. You can still feel that midsection working. So, or if you want to play with it here, you can come into full boat pose if this is part of your regular practice. Or it's always fun to play with different things. See how it feels in your body. Does it work something different? Lifting one leg. And then lowering it and lifting the other leg. Just noticing how it feels. No judgment here. And then if you want to, doing two legs. The whole goal here is to not curve into your body. We want to stay nice, open. Spine is nice and straight. And then release, hug into your thighs. And then if you do have a pillow or blankets, make sure that they're nice and close by you. So we're going to come onto our backs, and you can either slowly roll down or come onto your forearms and slowly make your way down that way too. Let's keep those knees bent. We're going to walk our feet out to the width of our mat. Your arms can come into a T here or gold post arms. And we're going to windshield wiper from side to side. Nice and easy here. This might feel good in your lower back. And then taking notice in your body. Are you holding any tension in any spots or places in your body? If you are, maybe invite some softness to come into those spaces. Let's do one more here and then we'll meet back in the middle. Come back to center. We're going to extend that right leg out. Bring that left leg into the body, kind of squeezing it here. And then releasing that left leg, plant it down. Bring that right leg in. Extend that left leg out, bringing that right leg into the body. Planting that right foot down. We're going to set ourselves up for Shavasana here. So get any props that you need in order to make you feel more comfortable. This is kind of at the end of practice where we want to feel more cozy and comforted here. So gather those things that allow you to find that within your practice, and then gently bring your legs out fully extended. Allow your feet to fall out towards the side of your mat. Maybe wiggle from side to side, kind of find that nice comfy spot. Letting your shoulders sink down away from your ears. Arms can be by your side, or maybe it's comforting to place them on your chest or your belly. And then if it's comfortable for you here, you can gently close your eyes, or they can remain open too. It's your practice. Do what makes you feel good today. And then slowly allow yourself to find stillness. Bring your attention to your breath. Allow your body to settle in and sink towards the back of your mat. There's nowhere you need to be right now other than on your mat. As you sink into your mat, allow your body to soften and melt, feeling some heaviness seep into your entire body. Let's bring our attention to our right foot, allowing it to settle in and relax. Moving up to our right calf, allowing that to release and relax. Coming into our right thigh, allowing it to release and relax. Bring your awareness to your left foot. Allow that to release and relax. Moving up to your calf. Allow that to release and relax. Bringing your awareness to your left thigh. Allow it to release and relax. Moving up to your hip bones, allowing them to release and relax. awareness to your right hand. Allow it to release and relax. Moving up to your forearm. Allow it to release and relax. Moving up to your upper arm. Allowing it to release and relax. Releasing and relaxing your shoulder. Bringing your awareness to your left hand. Allowing it to release and relax. Move up to your forearm, allowing it to release and relax. Moving up to your upper arm, allow it to release and relax. Allowing your shoulder to release and relax. Bring your awareness to your belly. Allow it to release and relax. Moving up into your chest. Allow it to release and relax. Bring your awareness to your seat bones. Allow them to release and relax. Bring your awareness to your neck. Allow it to release and relax. Bringing your awareness up into your jaw. Allowing it to release and relax. Moving up into your eyes and forehead. Allowing it to release and relax. And then lastly, bringing your awareness to your head, allowing it to release and relax. Allowing your entire body to release and relax. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Bringing your awareness back into the space. And then gently introducing some small movements. Maybe that's allowing your head to rock from side to side. Wiggling your fingers or your toes. And then when you feel ready, reaching your arms back behind you, finding this full body stretch. Maybe you tense your muscles, feeling that activation again, that aliveness in your body. And then slowly rolling on to one side. Staying there for a moment. And then when you feel ready, pressing up with that planted palm, making your way into easy pose. Eyes can remain closed or open. Let's bring our hands together, placing them at heart center. I want to thank you for showing up today, giving yourself some gratitude, maybe finding some playful movements, and connecting with your body and your breath. Namaste. Thank you.